So welcome today to how to get the best out of your Oracle cards, the Daily Compass. I'm Michelle Robinson and it's my pleasure to welcome you to this video. Have you ever bought Oracle cards and found that you just didn't feel as connected to them as you always hoped that you would? You know, I've known some people who've got whole drawers full of Oracle cards that they just leave unused because once the novelty of buying the card wears off and they get home, they just suddenly don't seem to know how to use the cards or feel as connected to them as they imagined that they would. So I'm here to help you prevent that. This video will show you how to get the very best results out of your Daily Compass Oracle deck. And the tips and strategies that I'm going to share will help you make sure that you can have confidence using your deck, whether you're working for your own reading or reading for someone else. This deck is really suited to those who need some more positivity and good news in their life. It takes you step by step, not just through an issue that needs to be worked with, but also with some practical solutions and strategies that you might be able to implement to help you with that issue. So let's get started. I'm excited to share with you this deck, the Daily Compass. All right, so the first thing that you need to know when you're working with any Oracle deck is that your preparation is absolutely key to getting a great result. Professional readers often fall down because they skip this important step. They don't do the energy work or the intentional work that will get them the best results. And this applies to so many readings that I'm inclined to think that if we skip this step, then a reading just is not going to work in the long run at all. So why is it important to set an intention? Well, an intention sets your focus for the reading. You need to have in mind, who is the reading for? Is it for yourself or for someone else? And why is this reading occurring? You see, if you don't have at least a focus, then when you pull the decks, they'll seem quite general. You won't know what part of your life you need to apply that reading to. A focus also helps to energize your reading. And this might seem hard to understand, but actually everything you do in the lead up to pulling those cards is helping your intuition to work for you. It's fueling the reading so that when those cards come out, your intuition and all of your channels of extrasensory perception are working in the best possible way. So let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. If I have just a general focus, such as what would be the best message that I could use today? What do I need to know? Here I have a message that says, pursue your passion, the learning continues. So that's a positive message. It lets me know that today I need to feel passionate about what I'm doing and to treat everything that I come across as a learning experience, something that I can grow from. That's just one example of how your deck, the Daily Compass, can give you some positivity and guidance that will help you move through your day. But what if I had a specific intention, something around a meeting that I had to deal with and I was a bit worried about it at work? Let's say I decided to pull 2 cards for that. All right, what do we have? The first card, very encouraging, says, access is granted. Challenge your limitations. Let's take a bit of a deeper look at something now. I wonder what would come up for me if I had a challenging work meeting today that I wanted to get some advice about. So let's see what the first card would be. The first card says, check closely. Take a look at the facts. This card lets me know that I need to check what's going on in this meeting today. There may be some hidden agendas here that I'm not sure about because we have the wolf in sheep's clothing. It's a great way for me to be aware there could be some hidden agendas coming up. Let's see what the second card might be to help me with this meeting today. Great. Challenge my limitations. Expect a breakthrough. So, it's a great day to back myself and be careful in this meeting at the same time. I don't need to worry, but I do need to know that my confidence and backing myself could bring a confident result, could bring the best result for me. All right. So once you've set your focus or your intention for your reading, as I said, whether for you or for someone else, the next step is to be very clear about the way that you're going to work. This also needs to be worked out well in advance of actually drawing your cards, because whether you're going to pull one card or 3 cards or more, your intention for how you're going to work, your process, is once more building the energy around your reading. So it's important, if you have a new deck, to have bonded with those cards, to have spent some time feeling what they mean to you. And of course, the guidebook is always helpful. You know, there's always helpful and detailed information in a guidebook. But really, the greatest insights will come from within your own tuition, when you feel into what this reading means for you on this particular day, because the same cards will have different meanings for different people on different days, and I'm sure you've experienced this already before. So you need to know your layout. So once you've got your intention set, there's a very important next step. Again, professional readers often miss this, and it's where readings go astray. Your energetic protection is absolutely key to getting the best results from your cards every time you work. It's important that you prepare yourself to work with the spirit world. Now, it's not just about working with the spirit world, because most of the information that you're going to receive when you're working with an oracle card deck is psychic. So you actually need to prepare yourself as well. One way to do that is to make sure that you are calm of mind and that your emotions are settled. You see, if you have a busy mind and upset emotions, it's very difficult to tell the difference between what's an intuitive message and what you were thinking and feeling before you started. I'm a great believer in some meditation or whatever works for you to help calm that mind. And in fact, there's links to 2 free audios for you that you'll find with the handout with this video. And these audios will help you both boost and lift your energy, and also calm and settle your emotions. So you've got something to help you get ready every time you work. So you take a little time to have a clear mind, calm emotions, and to lift your energy and invite your spiritual guides to work with you. You see, your spiritual guides are always willing to come and help you with any reading, but they do need to be asked. And to do this, you imagine that you are lifting your energy up high into the source and simply inviting them. You know, a simple statement like, "Spiritual guides, please work with me today for the highest good. May the divine will be done." And when you make an invitation like that, you'll never be let down. Your spiritual guidance will always be there with you. So this is the preparation that you need to make before you start your reading. It's quite simple. A clear focus and intention, know your process and your layout, and then settle your mind, calm your emotions, and lift your energy to invite your spiritual guides to help. So now you're ready to go. The next thing you would do is to lay your cards out or select your cards. Once you've done that, you can start with what I call a high-level approach. Now, the high-level approach means that you're just allowing the cards and the images on the cards to speak to you. So you can do that by looking at the words, looking at the images, and taking note of what's obvious, because this is going to help you go into the deeper messages of your cards. What do you notice that first helps you work with your focus or intention? What are the messages that relate back to that key focus? Because if you start relating it to something else, you've already gone off track. And once you've allowed yourself to notice what the key messages are on the cards and anything that your mind picks out as needing particular focus, then it's time for you to allow your intuition to go to work. And here you just settle in with the cards that are laid out. You take your time and you allow what may not be obvious to come to the surface. You see, your intuition works through your extrasensory perception channels. You'll notice that you might be seeing some things that stand out more than others. You might notice thoughts that come into your mind that really have nothing to do with what the messages are saying on the cards. It could be that you feel something, because, to be honest, our feelings are our strongest sense, our strongest intuitive sense, and they're often what will work first, no matter what kind of reading you are doing. So allow the extra information that may come from your deeper intuition to bubble up to the surface. Let it assist or let it contribute to the messages you already have. And when you put the two together, what were your first impressions and then your deeper intuitive messages, that's when you're allowing the best possible messages and the deepest insight to come out of your readings. Now be prepared also for messages that you didn't expect, because we don't always know what we don't know, and if we close our mind to anything unexpected, then perhaps we are shutting off some of our best advice. It may be that your intuition is trying to get you a message that you haven't even considered yet. Once you've put your reading together and allowed your intuition to work, then it is time to end the reading and make sure that you clear the energies on your cards with yourself and also in your space. Now I want to start by talking about how you can clear the energies on your cards. You know, your cards, like anything else, will absorb the energies of what's been going on. And if you have had someone else with you, then you're going to find that their energies may be remaining in the space that you're in. So you can clear the energy on your cards in a few very simple ways. You can just knock on the cards a few times and use your intention to clear the energy. Some people use a knock 3 times and affirm that the energies are clear, which is a very simple and straightforward way to do it. You can also use sound, and I know many of you will be using sound in another healing practice, and sound perturbates the energies and gets them moving and clears them. So I've just got some Tibetan bells here, and I could lightly do that over the deck, again visualizing and affirming that the energies are clear. Another very simple way to clear the energies on your cards is to use a crystal. Simply place the crystal on the cards or a smaller crystal in with your pouch or with your box and affirm that those energies are clear, and the next time you work with your cards, they'll be ready to go for whatever your new focus is. In terms of the space that you're working in, there are many ways that you can clear energy. Again, you can imagine that space filled with light, and when the space is filled with light, you affirm that all energies remaining that are not for the highest good are easily absorbed and removed. You can also use incense or a smudge stick or some kind of sound device like bells or a drum to clear the energies in your space. But perhaps even more importantly, you need to let go any feelings or any energy that you would like to leave behind when your reading is over. And this is so important if you are reading for someone else. You see, it's important you don't take anyone else's feelings or problems on your shoulders in your effort to help them. So always leave any problems that they may have in the care and love of the light and spirit. You're not responsible for other people's lives. Make sure you let those energies go when you're finished. Just so important. Otherwise you'll be feeling tired and you'll wonder why you have no energy. In your desire to help someone else, you've ended up absorbing their problems. They feel much better, but you won't. So imagine that you are free of everyone else's energies, and even in your own shower, visualize that you're under a shower of brilliant light and let all unneeded energies go. So I hope that this has helped you understand how you can work with the Daily Compass Oracle deck. To briefly recap, you firstly need to set your focus or intention so that you know what the reading is about and for whom. You need to understand your process, how you're going to work with the cards, and it's so important to clear your mind and your energy so your intuition has a space to work. You invite the spirit world to help, and then you know that you've got the best possible assistance. You start with high-level messages And if you've got a client with you, check to make sure they're understanding as you go. Seek some feedback so they're not silently disagreeing with you. And once you've got those high-level messages, go down into your intuition and let all of the deeper messages come to light. Sum it all up and remember to clear the energies in your room, on your cards, and for yourself when you're finished. And that's it in a nutshell. So, using the Daily Compass deck will help you with positive messages for your everyday life. I hope that you love it as much as I do. I'm Michelle Robinson, and bye for now.